Hello everyone, this is my midterm presentation for the Studio 3 class, where I continue with my series, The Demonized Other, which is my own interpretation of the story of Saint George and the Dragon, in which a dragon who is supposedly terrorizes a village is killed by a Roman soldier. And I make my own version of it, kind of um making a transposition of the story into the story of the conquest of the Americas. Some of the artists I've looked at after doing this is Frida Kahlo. She also has a work where she uses herself into the painting and combines animal and human figures. Also, the work of Liu Xue. It's a Chinese sculptor who combines figures of animals and humans. And this is the animal I'm choosing is the alligator because it's close to my homeland. Is the story of this guy who turns into half alligator and half man, and it's a popular story from the river Magdalena, which is close to the area where I grew up. I bathed in this river once, actually. So this is the context of it, and it's also the background that I wanted to use for the painting. Another artist I'm looking at is Wes Hempel. I like the way he paints the river, and also the way he treats the human figure is very similar to the way I want to work it. Some of his other work, kind of combining two figures. Um, for this work, I'm also looking at the work of SCAD professor Greg Eldringham. Um, I I like to take from him the use of color, the use of the texture into the images. This is coincidentally a couple of images where he also represents a combination of animals and human figures. This is the initial sketch that I departing from to do this painting. It's basically the dragon man getting peacefully stabbed by the Roman soldier, in this case, the conquistador. I use myself as a model, not only because it's part of the theme of this story, but also because I don't have a model, and I think I need one. And hopefully soon I'll start working on that because I'm starting to feel the need for it. Then I take the images, the photographs I take, and uh, bring it into Photoshop and kind of combine all the images into the painting I want. I treat the background and I start doing all my drawings and I start building up the figure from there. And these figures go through a lot of phases and exploration of colors. One of the biggest struggles I've had in this painting is to try to figure out the perfect combination of colors for this figure. That I want it to be a male white person, uh, but it's really hard for me to find the actual combination of colors that I'm really happy with. I'm getting to the point where I think I need to jump into having my own model for the paintings because I'm kind of relying a little bit of photographs from the internet to get the skin color that I want. But I think getting a model with the skin color that I want and having him pose in the pose and the light that I want would be a more convenient approach to it. So far, I want it to be a big contrast in colors between the two figures, and I think I'm achieving that. I just hope not to get too caught up into this process that I lose the whole intention of the painting. We'll see. And this is starting to prepare for my next painting, which is also going to be the same character, the alligator man. In this case, he is trying to jump over a wall, a big wall. Here I am again posing for myself, and this time I want to be more careful of the image that I want to use, and I'm going to try to make careful studies of the photographs that I take. I think that way I can avoid incurring into stopping a lot while I'm doing the painting to do studies. I want to do all the previous studies completely before I jump on the canvas. Some studies of alligators, and this is kind of the kind of wall I want for this painting. These are the colors I want for it. Some of the process I want to use while doing this painting, using a spatula and building up texture, something I enjoy a lot. In many of my paintings, I use a lot of texture in the background, and then I start building the figure on top of it. And this is the part of the process, and the result so far of the texture. I still have to do the breaks, and I still have to complete the figure, but that is pretty much the concept. And that's my video presentation. Here is Susan looking at my work. She is my toughest critic so far. Thank you very much.